What's up, everyone? Welcome to the archive. Today we got EverSōl.
Yay,
Hello.
thanks for having us. I appreciate it.
So the first thing I want to go into is your guys' name. And there's a lot of, I saw that Soul, the sun.
Yeah, so like the origin of how EverSōl, I guess, came to be, that was, I'm sure you probably know this too, as being in a band and coming up with a unique name that nobody has.
Right?
Awful. Like, we spent how many hours in our basement?
We spent about 8 hours going through names that we thought were cool and then finding them already on Spotify.
Yeah.
Right.
You go to facebook.com/ whatever you're thinking.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. I think just, it ended up, somebody just slipped it out because we were kind of onto something. We liked the idea of the sun because of kind of our brand. There's a lot of darkness to it, but there's also hints of light, and so it just kind of ended up coming out to be this sun that's forever burning,
Right.
and somebody was just like, EverSōl, and we were like, yeah.
Yeah, it ties in too with the soulful music.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's definitely a double meaning.
Right,
So
exactly.
did you know, before you went with that soul was sun in Spanish? And because I saw that you guys had...
That was, I think, another debate. I think we were trying to figure out if we were going to spell it S-O-U-L, to kind of play off the soulful vocal, or if we wanted it to, play off the sun. And ultimately, we thought that was a little more unique.
Yeah, definitely going a celestial meaning rather than just soul, because it's a little too easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's already implied when you hear the vocal.
Right,
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so you guys met in Arkansas in, 2013?
Yep. Yeah. We, he actually reached out to me on Facebook because he's seen a random cover video that I did, and it's like, you're really good. I want to work with you. And so I was like, I don't know you, but
Who are you?
Luckily, she took the chance and let me come over, and, we just been making music ever since, you know?
We just kind of wrote our first song together, and there was definitely this musical chemistry that we just kind of had immediately. And so we started playing some acoustic shows around the Arkansas area. And then ended up meeting a guy that now is our business partner and manager. And it was really odd timing. He was just about to move to Nashville right before we met him. And he was at one of our shows one night and was like, I think you guys are great. I'd love for you to come to my going away party. And so we did. And
we played with several other acts that night, just different people in the Arkansas area. And he even played with a group called Achewater, doing some Americana stuff, and just kept in contact with us, man. Started booking us shows in the Little Rock area. Yeah,
and it just kind of kept growing, and we eventually got to a point where we should probably, if we're going to take this to the next level, we need to make a big move.
So he was kind of the reason of why you were thinking Nashville, or did you always have Nashville in your head?
I think
she always kind of had Nashville.
You were a little bit...
I was thinking more Austin before.
We had the same debate.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
But
we ended up in the same spot.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
yeah, I think, again, Logan is the guy's name that manages us. He came out here and went to Belmont, learned a lot more about the industry, the business side of things, and we kind of kept in touch. And I think he was definitely a pull for why we ended up ultimately deciding to move here.
So you linked up with him when you moved out here?
We did. We actually all rented a house together. And
oh, really?
Yeah. And then, it's been a whirlwind ever since.
Yeah. So was that about 3 or 4 years ago?
Yep.
About 3.5.
Yeah.
Just a little over.
It's great, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, I love this city.
I know the plunge and how terrifying it is. And it's you're leaving,
can
everything.
I ask you a question? Where are you originally from?
Kansas.
Oh, nice. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
No, we're not in Kansas anymore.
No, we're not, unfortunately. No, fortunately. Yeah. But,
Yeah. So, I don't know. We definitely don't regret it so far, but.
yeah. And then, so the Helping Our Music Evolve definitely wanted to go into that because you guys have been kind of connected with them for a while, doing stuff.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So Logan, the guy that we met back in Arkansas, he's actually the founder of Helping Our Music Evolve. So he had this like huge dream of
wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. So it was like a lot of weird fate, destiny kind of thing that we met at the perfect time when we did. But yeah, he started that organization. It's a nonprofit. And just, I mean, built it from the ground up. It's attached to Center 615 over in East Nashville.
And it's a creative co-working space for musicians. They provide rehearsal space, studio space, live event space. They have a courtyard and a rec area.
Wow.
For like a monthly membership fee. You get those things at a very discounted rate.
Yeah.
They
kind of call it like a gym for musicians.
Yeah.
It's really,
That's
really
wild.
cool. You guys should most definitely come check it out.
For sure. Yeah, that sounds awesome. That's really cool. Is it okay after the...
It is.
That's
like,
good.
kind of a miracle, to be honest. Like, there was so many things right close to it that got destroyed from the tornado, but I think it had very minimal damage and they lost power, but other than that, that's okay. We actually were very fortunate.
We were just a couple blocks away from the carnage.
Really?
House,
Yeah.
Oh my god. So you're in East Nashville?
Yes, we are, yeah. We actually felt the air pressure shift and like our house started shaking. That was terrifying.
Gosh.
You know, I'm sure Kansas is the same. Like,
but see, we're used to it, and so like when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, it's nothing."
You hear the sirens go off, and
Right.
it's just like, "What? I don't believe it."
Exactly how we were. We heard the sirens. We were like, it's probably fine.
I was watching a Channel 5's like live stream, and they were talking about it, and all of a sudden the camera goes black, and you could hear the newscaster yelling, direct hit, everybody in the building," and like I knew right then I need to go get everybody in the basement.
Oh, man.
So yeah,
It was pretty crazy.
Yeah, definitely a wild experience. I want to go into your guys' singles. So, Secrets Untold was your first one.
Yeah, so I guess like a little bit of back history about like kind of where we started to kind of like where we are now. Like, we actually started just me and him originally. When we got here, we ended up becoming a 5-piece band. And it was really great for a while. You know, we played a lot of shows and kind of did that whole live.
kind of just cut our teeth doing the live thing.
Yeah.
And, you know.
The sound was evolving a little bit into something that I don't think I nor him had an original vision for. And so it kind of slowly started dwindling into less and less members
Yeah.
of the band. And then went to 4, then to 3, and was 3 for a while, and then that ended about 6 months ago. And it was just me and him. And but Secrets Untold was our first release, and that was the 3 of us at that time, right?
Yeah, it was you, me, and Mr. Oliveras.
Yeah.
And that honestly, we weren't even sure we were gonna record that song.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because that's been the one that's gotten the most traction.
Yeah, oddly enough. It's always the one that you don't think is going to do anything.
Right, yeah, exactly.
I love this song.
And I know that it used to be heavier too.
Yes.
And so is that part of the shift and everything as well?
I think so. I think it was like, because my background was always a little more R&B, pop kind of stuff. I played the piano and, you know, obviously soulful vocalist. And then he definitely...
I love rock. Progressive rock, progressive metal.
Yeah, he was...
Things like that.
Kind of a metalhead.
Nice.
And so we kind of like merged these very different sounds and created something really new. And I think when we were in a 5-piece band, it kind of like went that way really quickly. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't necessarily what I had envisioned for it. So even though Secrets Untold was like kind of this really creepy cool thing that I think we were all jazzed about, it wasn't exactly the mark that I think I was going for. Which maybe we should keep going that way because it's to date it's our best.
Yeah. And so you originally wrote that in like 2015?
Yeah, I think I wrote it before. Yeah, I think that's
sitting
right.
on it for so long, and then finally.
Yeah, man. And it was from where it started to what it came to be. It was like I wrote it on a freaking piano, just totally different. And we were a little apprehensive about releasing it just because we were like, it's so different.
It's so crazy too, and then it's the big one.
Yeah. Had a lot of traction over in Brazil.
Really?
Yeah.
Mexico?
Yeah, in that area was definitely where we definitely, and even still to this date, are getting most of our streams and just social media follows.
Tell them to line you up something. Go out there, play an acoustic set or something.
We've definitely been trying to work on that.
And it premiered on Lightning 100.
Yeah, which was another thing that we thought was a little odd.
It's super odd. They haven't played anything of ours since.
Really?
So Logan actually kind of had an in with Lightning as well, so that kind of helped get that on the DJ pick. So, yeah.
Well, it's funny, man, because, in Arkansas, I'd be playing with, different rock acts and different, metal acts, even, some rap groups, and I was just so tired of rocking all the time.
Yeah. I was going to bring that up because that breaks my heart because we're rock. So.
But I definitely want to keep it in there, because I think that's something that makes it unique.
I think that's what we realized, that was, the thing that we need to marry is, how to keep some elements of pop and soul, but to always keep that edge in there because I love that too. Mm-hmm. It kind of goes along with my whole persona. But yeah, it's finding that balance.
No, yeah, it's great too. It's such a cool blend. I definitely love it. And then I wanted to tell you that liking Limp Bizkit is okay.
Well, thank you.
Wait, I saw that. Well, I just saw that you put. It was just saying that you enjoy the guitar from Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, because they get so much hate, but Wes Borland, was very instrumental in the way that I ended up playing guitar.
Sure. I just all of Limp Bizkit.
The whole band was a really tight band. It's just Fred Durst sucks.
I like Fred Durst.
That's what I'm saying. We actually just broke down. What was it, Rollin'?
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, I love Limp Bizkit.
I did. It was early 2000s, was it?
The first was 99.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was all about them too.
Yeah.
Even with the fat lip.
Oh, their first album is where it's at.
Was that their first album?
No.
Oh, okay. See, I don't know that super old school.
Right. Not that into it. And then before we go into the next single, so the DIY Musician Conference, which I always go to, so it was really cool to see you guys. Yeah, so I went to the 2018 one.
Really? Did you see us?
Maybe.
Wait, were you in H.O.M.E studios when they were doing the live recording thing?
I think that I dropped by for a little bit. I can't say for sure that I remember you guys exactly, but probably.
So funny.
Was it only you guys that were doing?
There was another band, but it was a different. It was the day before or something.
Yeah.
So I can't remember which day I went or anything, but I saw that because I even went to the one in Texas last year and everything.
Yeah,
so
we hired a string quartet to play with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
so Runaway.
That was a really cool opportunity. We I don't even I think whoever was in charge of that actually reached out to Logan. You hear Logan's name a lot. He's just been somebody that has done
Pat,
millions of things
was
for
it
us.
Pat, or was it one of the CD Baby guys?
I'm not sure if it was somebody a part of the DIY conference or if it was somebody a part of Oceanway, but somebody had reached out to him about some bands, just to send him a couple different bands that they could choose from. And because Logan does H.O.M.E, there's just so many different bands that come through there. So he sent him a couple different options. And they ended up picking us, which was super freaking cool and humbling, We were felt honored. And so we went in and we recorded 2 songs, actually, in front of a live audience.
Yeah, what was that like? Was it?
A little nerve-wracking, I think, because it's almost like playing a show, but it has to be more perfect.
Yeah, in your process.
Right.
Oddly enough, that was one of the times I was not nervous at all.
Really?
Yeah.
It's good though. It's a good time to not be nervous.
Well, it's just like the ambience of Ocean Studios, man, is just it seemed really calming.
Yeah, there was like a lot of good vibes too.
Yeah.
People were just like genuinely very interested in what we were doing, which was cool. But yeah, we did Runaway, which was our next single, and then we did another song we just haven't released yet, but we do plan on releasing it.
Strings on it?
Yeah.
Was it Levi Quartet?
It was Levi Quartet.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just freaking crushed it. They're so
I love Runaway is probably my favorite.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and I know you probably hear that a lot because I watched like the whole process of and just like I think probably because you wrote it during like hard times and everything. And I think just the emotion it's weird how you can feel that stuff through music, and then just with the strings and like everything's just so the guitar solo like
it was really cool. Whenever, of course I was going through a lot of emotional stuff when I wrote it, and then when we actually got to record it, and I got to watch the live strings and stuff. I mean, it's so emotional because it's like you took this song from its just tiny little, core and then made it into something huge. It is really cool when you write a song and you see it to completion like that on that level.
And having other musicians, be people incredible in that aspect.
It's special, for sure.
Yeah, they were really great.
Yeah, and then of course when we released it, I was going, damn men. I was going through another really emotional.
But it is absolutely like it's a phenomenal video, though.
Thank you.
And so let's see, it was Dylan
Bass.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a badass.
Yeah, because it looks phenomenal.
Thank you.
So I was like, man, this looks like Hollywood.
Yeah, we knew that. Well, we felt really, really good about that song. And it's again, Secrets Untold is just like crushing the game.
Right.
But we wanted to make sure and capture kind of the essence of the emotion that we felt when we recorded it.
Yeah, we definitely wanted the visual to be on par with the recording.
Yeah,
because we did feel really strongly about that song.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we all kind of came together and pulled off something pretty cool.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And then so the next one was Kiss My.
Yeah, Kiss My was actually a tune that me and him had been playing for years. We played it acoustic all the time, and we recorded all these songs with Bobby Holland at a studio called Pentaveret. It's kind of in the Berry Hill area. He's just a freaking wizard. So good. But Kiss My kind of came together pretty quickly, actually, because we just been playing it for so long, and we just kind of had a pretty clear vision of how we wanted it to go. Kind of had like this James Bondy kind of feel to it, but also like a lot of anger.
Yeah.
I wanted to do a music video for that song too, but we just didn't have the budget to do it.
Yeah.
You just put together killer breakup music.
Yeah. Again, damn men.
Yeah. You just gotta keep going through that process. Like, well, I have to sustain a career.
Exactly.
So.
I'll show you.
Yeah. Pull the Taylor Swift. That's the way to do it. And then so there's covers that you guys have done throughout, but we have to talk about Game of Thrones.
Yes.
So you guys covered that. We also did one of the covers. But
Nice.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
We did when did you finish the last season?
Oh yeah.
It's been long enough.
Spoiler alert.
It's fine. It's been long enough. But when Arya stabs the Night King and then it has that big drop,
Oh yeah.
It's just like the song building up to that. We just like a little piece of that.
Nice.
But what did you
Super
guys think
epic.
of the last season? I know it's
You know,
highly debated.
Well, if the author would have had time to write his books before the last season dropped, it would have been a completely different thing. But I think given what it was leading up to, it kind of made sense how it ended. Like she had to go.
Yeah.
Sorry.
See, I disagree. I'm a hopeless romantic.
Do you think the books will be different?
I don't know. I mean, maybe like it'll give the fans.
I feel like it
what
was
they-
leading up. I feel like it
Yeah.
was building up to. to that happening?
Because, I mean, I get it.
Everybody
I
wants
guess.
something great to happen, but usually that's not what happens. I think it was more realistic than anything.
Yeah. I did hear a lot of people, though, that were just like, this sucks.
Oh, I know.
Done with this shit.
I thought, like, visually it was phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was insane.
The like, big fight scene was pretty intense.
Just everything was so beautiful.
Just that whole, like, destruction of the whole city.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And then the next episode when it's just all the ash falling. And...
Yeah. I think the problem is that it's like so much anticipation, like waiting for this moment, and so of course there's gonna be a lot of people that are just
and then it happens. You're like, then you're just mad it's over.
You're right.
Like, this is terrible because I don't have anything to look forward to next year.
That's not the person on the throne. I hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Freaking Arya. She should have just like, I think.
Yep.
Just slayed everybody. And
I feel like if they would have just had like 4 more seasons to iron everything out, you know, just keep going, then that would have been cool. But, and then, sorry, sidetrack, I was just excited when I saw you guys did that.
Cool, I'm glad you dug it.
And then, so NAMM, you guys went to NAMM in 2018?
Yeah, we did.
We got invited to go out there and play at somebody's booth, but then we got out there to realize that they did not have electricity.
Oh, man.
And, you know, saying like at NAMM, it's super loud.
Yeah.
Unless you're mic'd up, nobody's gonna hear you do nothing. So we just kind of sat there and played on the guitars and, you know.
Did you guys walk around? Because we were at NAMM 2018.
Really?
We had like a booth for our... Because
cool.
we have like little TV screens in our cabs.
Oh, nice.
So I was just wondering if you happen to see a TV screen cab.
We definitely walked around. There's just so many.
You're gonna have to show me what you're talking about.
Yeah, we don't have it here. It's
okay.
But... I mean,
like
we got
TV
pictures.
screen in the cab.
So it's got the 212s in the bottom.
Yeah.
And then there's a TV screen, so we can run like
we
run
like
visuals during the show
Sick.
off our computer.
Nice.
We split it between the cabs, and then we can
really
do visuals
cool.
like no matter where we're at, you know.
That's really cool.
And it's made out of carbon fiber too, so it's like 27 pounds.
Nice.
That's
sick.
nice.
Super
That's
creative.
the best part. Yeah.
That really is the best part.
You don't have to lug it around. Every time I pick it up, I'm like, oh, it's so nice. And then I pick up a normal cab. I'm like, oh, man.
I remember the first
job.
cab I ever had my dad built, and it was
Really?
the heaviest thing on earth.
Yeah. They're terrible. I don't understand.
No, I mean, he put casters on it, but even still, it's like,
Yeah.
way too heavy.
I know. Oh, yeah, there's the cast. So, like, we just put the text on there.
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
It's like having people come pick it up.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
It was cool. It was just this guy. We met him, and he actually tried out for a band, and then, obviously he didn't get in, but but he like kept talking to us, and we were like, man, it'd be cool if we had like TV screens.
Yeah,
You know, in a cab. It was like a long-term idea, and then he was like, one day he was like, yeah, I'm building them. I was like, okay. So, but yeah, that's cool. So, did you go to NAMM last year, or?
I did.
Did you?
I
Yeah.
don't guess I did. I don't think
I
did.
think you were working.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
That's cool, though. I love it.
Yeah, it is cool.
I don't really know what my purpose in going is. Just to like
Look at gear.
look at gear that I can't really afford right now.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, but it is cool to just go and see what they have going on, especially with like Nashville. It's mostly just like guitar stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely like to go to the one in LA and see what's
the
going
big
on
one.
over there. Yeah,
That would be wild. I can't imagine.
yeah.
And then come to 2020, I Am.
Yeah, so I Am was kind of like, I think, our shift into like him and I really like starting to figure out where we're going from this point on. It's funny, it's like the past 3 years have just been like all this learning phase of like who we are and like what our mission is, and yeah, it's funny. We like went full circle. We went through the whole process just to realize that all we ever really needed was just us two. But yeah, so I Am was a song that I originally started writing, and you and our last member contributed some to that tune, but it's like a pretty complex song, like lyrically. It's just kind of about kind of fighting like your inner demon, your own conscience, like kind of trying to pull you in the right direction, but you know, most people like fight against it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it turned out to be what it is, and we recorded that with Bobby too. We started to like kind of experiment a little bit more with the electronic side of things and kind of implemented that in and did a pretty cool lyric video for that tune, which
it is wild.
I actually edited myself. So,
nice.
Yeah.
DIY lifestyle.
Yeah, you know what? You just gotta be a jack of all trades.
Did you do all the like lyrics as well?
Yeah.
It's terrible, right?
Yeah. Oh, it sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the worst part.
The actual like video itself, I really enjoy doing, but like putting lyrics is a whole...
And then lining everything up.
Yeah, that's a whole
Did you use After
thing.
Effects?
I used Premiere Pro.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I found a plugin that I actually used for the most of the lyrics, but yeah, it was not very fun, but the video itself was really fun.
Yeah, it turned out awesome. It's really cool.
Thank you. Appreciate that. So...
Yeah, you do it all.
I try.
It's cheap.
You got to. It's like, well, you don't have the money. Okay, so
right,
do it myself.
And that's the cool thing about nowadays being a musician is you can. Like, it's so accessible. You just have to Google it.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and I mean, you know, just between that and, like, learning how to market and, like, all that stuff, because it's...
Well, that's the headache right there.
Yeah.
Is what do you do once you have your product?
Right.
Like, how do you get it to the people? And it almost always has to do with money and the amount you have to put into it.
Yeah.
You know?
Because people know they can, like, prey on musicians, and people will pay that because it's your art. It's close and dear to you. You want to get it to the world, and so... But yeah, we go through the same thing. Have you heard of Indiepreneur? Mm-mm. It's all about music marketing. Really? And it teaches you how to run, like, Facebook ads effectively and not waste money on it. And
okay.
Yeah, it's really cool. I would recommend it if... Yeah. It's only like $37 a month, and you can watch all the trainings, and if you don't like it, you can cancel it.
Oh, nice.
But it teaches you everything.
Yeah. I think that's... I mean, we're definitely on that learning course right now of, like, just really trying to nail down our audience and figure out who those people are and really get it to them. Yeah. But yeah, and I mean, I think since the beginning of the year... we realized that a lot of the stuff that we've been writing is very, like, kind of cinematic type stuff. And so we were like, you know, we should probably really try to get this stuff, like, in TV shows and movies. And so that's
I was going to ask about that, too, because I saw you could, like, on your About, you have for licensing and sync licensing.
Yeah, so that's kind of been, like, I think this, like, big... white light that has made itself clear to us. Like, that's kind of a big goal for us, is, like, you know, how to get this stuff synced in TV shows and movies. And
sorry.
No, sorry. Today's actually my birthday.
Yeah, talking with friends about you know, what we're doing after we're done with this. Yeah.
Well, happy birthday.
Thank you.
We were actually gonna sing to you.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know.
So we should just do
Let's do it, yeah.
All right. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Keys. Happy birthday to you.
Aww.
And many more.
Thank you, guys. Sweet.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Thank you.
My birthday was 1 week ago.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Happy on birthday.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. The March babies.
Yeah, fellow Pisces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sensitive. I get it.
Right?
But the sync. So have you had any?
No placements yet, but
that's the big goal this year is one placement
for sure.
One placement.
I feel like it's snowball. It's just like with music, it all snowballs.
Yeah, you know, like I said, we've since we've like realized like that is a thing that we know we want to do. We've just been kind of educating ourselves on how to actually go about it and making you know, starting to form those relationships and contacts of the people that we need to be talking to.
And we've got some good leads on it, for sure.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, with H.O.M.E, there's so many. You guys should absolutely take advantage of that if you can, because there's just so many different talented people, just from musicians, producers, songwriters, just really any and everything in every genre. They're building a really in-depth community with really a lot of different people with different skills. So and the great thing is that you come in and you kind of bring what you have to the table, and you can find those people that actually fit into what you're doing, and people that you might actually need or can benefit from. So
it's such a good idea.
Well, I mean, not only that, they do a lot of workshops to where you can go and listen to people talk on subjects that we all need to be educated on.
Yeah, like speaking of marketing and that kind of stuff, It's cool. Very cool. That's
probably one of my favorite things going through your guys' just doing all the research and stuff, and just how you moved out here, you have a purpose and you stick through it. And I think that's what a lot of people is, when things get hard, you kind of, it's easy to lose sight, or
it's easy to give up.
Yeah,
I mean, because it's God, I'm sure it's just, you keep pounding and pounding and pounding. It's like waiting for something to I don't know how long you guys
about the same time. We moved about the same time.
Yeah, but I'm sure, and you've probably been doing music way before then too. So it's just it's always gonna live there. But it's just when, at what point are you should I just give this up and just do the day job thing, or just keep pushing through it? And
I think we're lifers.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just if you can find the courage to just. For me, it's more about why am I doing this? What kind of fulfillment am I getting out of this? Because if you don't know what that is, then what are you doing it for? You know what I mean? So that's been a big burning question, I think, for all of us. Oh my God, you're so... Hey, buddy!
Hello! Whoa, hey, let's not do that. Hey, you can love me from there.
He's so pretty. He's so cute.
Go, hey.
Come on.
Noctis.
Oh. Come on, buddy.
Him is a good boy.
Come on, good boy. Come on.
He's so pretty.
Just want to see what's going on.
I want to.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think with me, it's just I want to know that I'm having a positive effect on somebody's life with the music that I make, because that's the kind of music that matters to me. It's stuff that's helped me through a bunch of shit. You know?
I mean, well, as an artist, we're all a little sensitive, so there's all been moments in our lives where that's what we turn to. It's just cry through something, or just to be angry, whatever it is. It's a way to process feelings, and so I think most musicians, you want to be able to reach people with that, And
could you imagine not doing it? I think that's the worst part, is just if you quit and then someday being because you still get all these cool experiences, even when it's the down times, you still write a song and you're like, oh, this is so good, or
and what they always say, the destination is in the journey.
It's true.
It is true. People are like, yeah, but it's true.
Yeah. But that was my favorite part, is just, and you guys being open with everything, and it's awesome. Yeah, it's really cool.
Thank you.
So what's the future entail?
I mean, who knows?
Man, honestly, we're trying to get those placements so we can actually fund the project. I mean, I think that's the big goal, is making sure that we have money to be able to move forward.
Yeah, I think a personal goal for me has really always been to have some music in TV and film. I
That'd be wild.
I love the idea of that. I think that would really be some fulfillment for me. But hopefully, if something like that happens, that would give us an opportunity to maybe tour somewhere even if it's not in the U.S.
Probably end up being Brazil.
Probably will end up being Brazil. Yeah.
They love us out there, and we love them for it.
Yeah. They have been doing covers of our music online, and we're just like,
I never thought that would happen.
Yeah.
It's cool,
But when it does, it's like, oh, man.
It kind of, like, it motivates you, and it makes you like, yeah, we're doing something right. Like, let's keep doing this. So, yeah, it's cool. I mean, hopefully, I think we would love to tour at some point. But
most definitely.
Regardless, we just want to keep making good music. Hopefully music that resonates with people,
So you were talking about how you did a song at the musician conference and you just haven't released it yet. Do you have an idea of when you want to do it, or?
So that song is called Alone. And it's
it's funny.
Surprise, surprise. It's a very emotional track.
The name alone doesn't necessarily like catch what it means, though. It's kind of more like telling somebody that they're not alone.
Right. It's very like mental health awareness. I don't know that I want to give too many spoiler alerts on when we actually want to release it. Possibly this year.
Nice.
Yeah, possibly this year. We got a cover that we're actually going to release probably next. Should we say what cover that is? I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I don't see why not.
It's a Billie Eilish cover.
Hell yeah.
That song that she did with Khalid, Lovely.
Lovely? Oh my god, we were going to cover that too.
Really?
Yes.
It's so weird.
Well, we didn't make it all metal, so go for it.
Yeah, you guys can totally do it.
I think I actually had it more ballady.
Nice. Yeah. It's,
This song is so beautiful. I love that song.
Yeah.
That's so much. I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
That's going to be so cool.
We actually got to do she did a duet with another H.O.M.E artist named Rogue. Mm-hmm. And he just fit the song perfectly.
Yeah, we got like some silky smooth harmonies in there.
Man. I'm so excited.
Yeah, we're pretty excited about it. It turned out like real modern too.
Oh yeah,
which is cool. We're hoping that's kind of been another thing that we've been like kind of playing with, is like maybe doing some more covers, just to
doing them in your style.
Exactly. Yeah. Maybe hopefully pique some interest in our original music. So
I think that's a good way. Like nowadays, I think it's a good marketing idea.
Yeah. Because go ahead.
Oh no, just like people are more likely to tune in and be like, oh, I like this song. Yeah. And they don't look at the artist name, but then if they really like it, they'll look at the artist name, and it's just like an easier way to.
Yeah, and I think we've figured out that our music is not necessarily like streaming friendly. It's not like super easy listening. I think a lot of people go to like Spotify for like pop music,
and they put on like a playlist and just let it play.
Right. Yeah. And it was like Logan said, like listening to our music is like an event. Like
you gotta be in a certain mood to listen to it.
Yeah, it's like a whole thing.
That's good.
But yeah, so I don't know that like streaming is going to be where we see a lot of our big numbers, I guess you would say, which is fine. Yeah. But
I don't know if we keep doing stuff like Secrets Untold. I mean, maybe.
Just take the same key, change some of the lyrics, release it.
Just do like a remix of that song.
There you go.
Just live in
Cover
D minor.
Your own song. D minor is a good place to sit. I wanted to ask, so when you guys did Kiss My, when you were kind of promoting that, you talked about your New Year's resolutions.
Yeah, I think that was like just a unique thing that it was like right around that time of year, and we were like, how can we market this where people will interact with it?
We definitely wanted to give something for people to like be like, oh well, I'm kissing this goodbye. Yeah.
So how's it going so far?
I think it's going pretty well. We actually just kind of like released a lot more marketing videos around Kiss My. So, oh,
nice.
Hopefully.
I mean your resolution.
Talking about the resolution?
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
It's going to be... the eating habits thing is like so hard.
This pizza is so good.
It is.
R.I.P. 5 points.
Right.
Actually, 5 Points Pizza wasn't damaged that bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I walked through
me.
the area. 5 Points Pizza wasn't damaged that bad, but pretty much everything else
around
except for the taco truck. The taco truck.
Yeah, I heard that was standing.
It was like, how did that not just get swept away?
Yeah,
I don't get.
It's like a tiny little.
Shout out to my boy Charlie. I'm so glad that y'all didn't get fucked up.
Shout out.
Yeah, we love that taco truck.
Yeah.
Maybe that just shows that taco and pizza is like the things that keep you strong.
Yeah.
You know what? There you go. But yeah, I don't even know what all my other resolutions.
Man, you are hitting us with all kinds of shit. You really did your research. I'm like, is this fucking Nardwar over here, man? Like,
I told you, I was like, you just gotta know about yourself. Just quizzing you on yourself. That's all this is.
Yeah. I did keep one thing I was kissing goodbye was chicken and beef, and I did keep that.
I was gonna ask,
I've not had that, and I actually did that several months before the new year, but I ate chicken one time and I regretted it.
Really?
Yeah. Well, if you go months without eating chicken and then you try to eat it,
I've heard that though.
Not a good idea.
When you cut out like meats or something and then you come back to it, it makes you.
Yeah.
It's probably anything bad for you though.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I mean,
not to start a big debate or anything.
Right. It was like more of just a personal decision, you know. For me. I don't really crave chicken or beef, so it wasn't really that hard for me to get up or give up. Sugar though is that's a whole other topic. That's a problem.
Yeah, it's hard. It's like they make it to be addictive or something.
They do.
You know?
It's funny, like, for her birthday, I went over to It's Sugar at the mall and got her one of those big 3-pound boxes of Skittles.
Yeah. We'll be munching on those for a couple months.
For a day.
Yeah, exactly,
yeah. And then another thing, you guys posted, it was like a Joe Rogan quote, but you put your own thing on top. In order to get a positive outcome, you have to go at whatever it is you're doing with a positive energy. Surround yourself with the people that keep that kind of energy. And I just thought that was beautiful and that people should hear that.
Thank
I think
you.
that's so true.
Yeah.
Well, that's something that I definitely wanted to, like, make sure that we put out there was, like, some quotes from people that are uplifting and not just, like, crass and, you know, cynical. Because you see a lot of that stuff all over Facebook, all over Instagram, and, you know, putting out a positive message is really what people need to hear rather than all that other bullshit.
Yeah, you know, I think him and I have both dealt with, like, before we came here, you know, people that are just a lot of negative energy, you know, and people that don't really believe in what you're doing, and that stuff can tear you down, you know, it gets in your own head, but being here and kind of surrounding ourselves with people that are like, yeah, you got this, you know, it makes all the difference in the world.
Well, I still deal with a little bit of that insecurity, you know, and it takes some reprogramming to get over it. Like, no, you can do whatever you want to do. Like, those people who are saying that you can't are just people who don't believe that they can.
Absolutely.
Amen, brother.
Yeah. Preach. It's so true, though, man. I love that. Like I said, that's kind of been your guys' message for a long time, and it's still always something that you have to juggle, you know, and you're always like, oh, should I be doing this? Or, you know, you put out a new single, it doesn't do great, and you're like, am I good? You know, and it's like battling all that. And
I think the thing that we've tried to, like, come to terms with is, like, as long as we are finding some fulfillment out of what we're doing, like, at the end of the day, that's what really matters. I mean, obviously, we all want to be successful, but, you know, like,
what's the measure?
What's the measure of success? You know, like, that's very debatable. I think most people would say, "Oh, it's making tons of money and, you know, going on tour." Not really. Not to me, anyway. You know, like, success is small victories. You know,
you think of your life like before you moved here and stuff.
Exactly.
It's like, is it better than?
Right.
Are you happier?
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I always, whenever I get down, kind of think of that. It's like,
most definitely. I, you know, was reminded of that recently. I was talking to my brother, and I was, like, complaining about some vocal session that I was doing, you know, like, just being ungrateful. And he was like, your life is so cool and interesting. And I was like, shit, he's right. I was like, yeah, you know, like you do in those moments. You have to remember that kind of stuff. Like, I'm doing what I love to do. A lot of people can't say that,
right.
You know? So, yeah, that's what we're trying to keep that message. And it's hard sometimes, but I think as long as we can try to keep that mindset, we'll be all right, hopefully.
Well, it's just fighting through doing the 9-to-5 thing until it happens,
Mm-hmm.
man, I think is like the big drag. But, I mean, it would never stop us from doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. And I feel like especially when I moved out here, the 9-to-5 got easier because you're working for something, whereas back home sometimes you felt like this
Just
could be
wasting
my
your
life.
time,
You
yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Like, but
For
here
sure.
you're like, it's going towards something, you're working towards
Yeah,
something. It makes
that-
it a little bit easier.
It does.
Still terrible, but
Right. It helps at least keep you a little more motivated,
Mm-hmm.
I think, or your mission, like why you're here. And, yeah.
I would definitely keep that in the back of my head when I'm going through a shift.
yeah.
Like, I'm doing this for a reason. This
Right.
isn't forever.
I'm gonna go home and write a banger.
When,
It's gonna
Lord,
be okay.
when's gonna be my time?
Is the EverSolstice gonna be a yearly thing? You think?
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
definitely part of our brand now.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was like something that I think we just kind of came up with on a whim, and they were like, this is dope. We're going to keep
That's
doing
good.
it.
And soldiers, it's another thing that I absolutely love. I think that's so cool.
Yeah.
The name has been infinitely, like, brandable. Like,
Yeah.
we just,
Well, you could just find a million puns with it, like, or I guess, I don't
Yeah.
know, maybe pun is the right word, but anything that starts with soul,
Yeah.
we're on it.
like, I was thinking of just, like, merch, like, having, like, soul patches, like, a patch.
Right.
Or, like, EverSōls, like, some shoes, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
got
man.
our branding all on them.
It's
Yeah.
genius.
Yeah, no, it's happening.
That's what it's about, man. Branding.
Yeah.
Like, people never hear your music. You just see them walking around with all your merch and
Right.
everything because it's just so cool.
Like, that merch is cool. Who are they? I don't know, man.
Yeah.
That t-shirt's tight, though.
yeah. I'm pretty soulful, you know, as you can tell. But, yeah, it's
Hell yeah.
genius. I love it. I lost my spot.
It's all good, man.
Oh. There it is. I wanted to bring up the Underground Music collective, naming you guys like one of the top bands.
Yeah, so Gerard, was it Longo? Is that his last name?
Yeah.
Okay. He is over that, and just another person that we met through H.O.M.E, helping our music evolve. He does he do all his podcasts out of that?
Yeah, he does all his podcasts out of H.O.M.'s studio.
Nice.
Man,
Man, that place is just
it's popping, man.
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
missing out.
Yeah, like
Oh, they're out of power right now, but I think
yeah.
we should connect and meet up over there.
That'd be
we'd
awesome,
love
yeah.
to show you around and stuff. But yeah, no, he does a podcast and does a blog and stuff, and just reached out to us several times, and
yeah. I listen to your guys' podcast.
yeah, he loves the music, and is all about it. So we're like, thanks, brother. Just
You listen to that podcast?
Yeah, I listen to the podcast.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Word.
cool.
I'm glad we did this, man, because I was like, at first I didn't really know what to expect because I haven't checked out your podcast.
Yeah.
But now that I know how this is going down, I'm definitely gonna go back and like listen to them.
Oh man, thank you. I appreciate
For
that.
sure.
You ever watch Hot Ones?
Yes.
So it was always my goal with like Sean and Evans. You know, they're always like, "How did you find out this stuff?" So I always try to like go in and do that stuff. So I appreciate that.
And I brought up Nardwar earlier. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Mm-mm.
Man, it's this crazy interviewer. He's been doing interviews since like the late 80s, and just he'll bring up all these questions to like these like super huge celebrities who have no idea how he came up with those questions. But he also brings like artifacts of things from their past that he would never think, and just like shows it to him, gives it to him as gifts. Like,
so
you need to check it out.
Yeah, right.
He's got it.
Like, have you been in my my house.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
No, but like, just bringing like old records of stuff that their dad's bands were in,
Yeah.
It's just like, how would you know that if you've never checked it out? Check it out.
That seems
Yeah.
interesting. I've never even heard about that either.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
Creepy,
show
but
you some
awesome.
of those.
Yeah.
Like he did this one with Kurt Cobain. That was just awesome.
Oh man, that long ago?
Yeah, that long ago.
It's like a podcast before a podcast.
Yeah,
right. That's so funny.
And then so with Bobby Holland, I saw that you guys had like a little fundraiser. You posted it for his...
Yeah, so Bobby has a degenerative eye condition.
It's called retinitis pigmentosa.
Good job on the name. Buddy.
Name drop.
But it means that his eyesight is slowly dying. So he's been looking into like experimental procedures and stuff to get that done. And I believe he's still got the GoFundMe up right now to help him get that paid for.
Cool.
Yeah, Bobby, he's so talented, but he's also just amazing person. Like, he's so sweet and genuine. We met up with him in his studio to, like, see if it was a good fit for us, and we just, like, instantly just fell in love with him and just his whole outlook on stuff. He's also plays in the band The Daybreaks. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of them. But they're pretty up and coming. But yeah.
They do some definitely like 80s throwback like pop rock, but yeah, with a modern twist. Yeah, they're great.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll put the link in the description for that.
Word.
Yeah, that'd be
everything,
awesome. We appreciate that.
Yeah, I saw you guys are such a big fan of him. Then I saw that post. I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
We love Bobby to death, man. He's one of
Good people.
the best people. Yeah.
And I saw your guys' video of the little drumline thing you did, and I thought that was super tight.
Yeah.
That was all his idea, really.
Yeah, like that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about, like being in the studio with him, just like kind of out of the box.
Like how can we
Thinking.
get that sounding bigger?
Yeah.
Okay, everybody grab a drum.
Yeah.
All right.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's cool. So many cool experiences, guys.
That was actually on that song alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The song is not released yet.
Oh, I was gonna say, I was like, I don't remember hearing it.
We're
but
just
I didn't
gonna
want to
build
like,
up a bunch of tension about it. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, you know
That's
that
what-
song alone that we're not releasing yet?
Yeah, just start posting, be like, listening to Alone right now.
Yeah.
You guys wouldn't understand.
You'll understand one day.
Yeah.
We'll make one of those Joker memes about it.
Yeah. Do you think that you'll stay a two-piece for until like something really lines up? you think,
In the
or
creative process, yeah, but I mean,
have like session musicians or something.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think just the direction that we are going, the music is kind of shifting to where it doesn't necessarily sound like a band kind of style.
We've been doing a lot of like learning our own production.
Yeah.
And kind of working with different things in the native instruments, and
I love
working with
Contact.
Yeah.
working with Contact Complete.
Yeah.
Yeah, so eventually there will probably be more members, but I don't think that will happen until we start really seeing some like big shows come our way. There's just really not a need for it right now. Brazil, yeah. If they get us over Brazil, we'll hire quite a few musicians to come with us. But yeah, probably for the foreseeable future, it'll just
It's
be
so
us
much
two.
easier dealing with
It
just
is.
each other than trying to get everybody in a room and
Yeah, I mean, and I no hard feelings towards the guys that were in our band. We love them to death, but it just didn't work. You know, there's a lot of opinions and a lot of
You get that thing where it's too many cooks in the kitchen,
yeah,
man.
just a lot of different ideas about how the band was supposed to go and the music was supposed to sound, and
it didn't really ever end up sounding the way that we wanted it to until it was really just us.
Yeah.
You know,
I think it was always kind of our baby anyway.
Yeah.
So
it's just part of that journey like you're talking about.
it is. You know what? I don't regret it. I wouldn't take it back because it shaped where we are right now, and it was made us a lot wiser about the whole process, and we learned a lot along the way. So
Yeah,
no, well, I just hope that they're all doing well. You know,
for sure. There's so many talented people out here. It's nuts.
oh yeah,
but awesome at the same time.
Yeah.
So, including you guys.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Love the music. I'm really excited for that lovely cover. I'm really excited for Alone. All right. I guess we'll wrap her up. Thank you guys so much for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having us, man.
Yeah, this is really cool. Like, I feel like we were reminded what we've been doing for the past 7 years.
No, keep doing it. It's amazing stuff, and I know it's hard and everything.
The
but
struggle, man. Struggle's
you guys really do have it's great.
I appreciate
think DIY. I love that you do your own stuff because I know how terrible it is. We do it too, and so I respect that so much. And just the music, the blend, and the quality of everything. It's top notch. So
thank you.
Don't stop.
Yeah,
for sure.
Thanks. We appreciate it. Thank you for having us on and making us feel all special.
Yeah. So links will be in the description, and that's it.
Cool.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.